I wouldn't take a big message from that. I had 7 or 8 discussions with President Trump over the course of the last 36 hours. I'll have more today, a wide range of subjects from the economy, relations, his birthday, artificial intelligence, Ukraine, obviously Iran, the aspects of the deal and the next steps there and how Canada can help. And good discussions with the President. So
most of this week. Do you have a clear idea yet of how this might happen? In Europe, Stellantis is actually...
It creates a possibility of game changer, and I referenced the discussions we had on Ukraine, on Lebanon, and the change in tone with respect to Ukraine, the change in orientation, a more realistic, in our view, expectation of where this war was going to go, and the position against Russia, the tightening of sanctions against Russia, the ability to provide additional defensive support for Ukraine, which was discussed in some detail. Also very detailed discussion about Lebanon and next steps with that. The linkage, of course, here. Yes, there are risks. Yes, the accord has to be put into place. But the very fact of it and the fact that so many countries were involved in its development and are vested in its development does create knock-on effects, positive knock-on effects. And that's what I believe, and of course Canada will do what we can to support the realization of those.
Chinese investment in Canada's auto sector. Minister Zhou Li is in China.
I can't remember he had asked me about it on China, and I explained to him what the deal. I mean, it was one of many interactions with him, and I was explaining the actual structure of the deal. You're familiar with it. I'm not surprised that the President of the United States doesn't follow every detail of every agreement that Canada has, and he likes the structure, actually. We had a follow-up conversation about it as well.
Additional energy capacity in the coming years. Can you elaborate on what you offer the European leaders, and can Canada deliver?
Canada has the ability to do several things, and we're on the path to do several things. 50 megatons of LNG by the end of the year. The short answer on that, you're already seeing with the German offtakes for example, the Siliciums project. We have 2 German offtakes. There's other European offtakes in the work for Canadian LNG. And then as well, expansion of TMX, the oil pipeline, which is a project that will go ahead. The discussions with Alberta on the implementation agreement and potential new pipeline, oil pipeline to the West Coast, South Bow, which is a pipeline into the U.S. So when you total those up, it's a material amount of additional energy that Canada can provide, both in natural gas, and this is just from Western Canada. I shouldn't say just, but it's particularly from Western Canada. Obviously, there's other alternatives in the East. So it's quite substantial, and it's important to our European partners. It's important to our Asian partners. It was raised with me in a number of our bilaterals as well.
Plusieurs analystes qui doutent que ce protocole d'entente mène à une paix durable dans la région parce que toute la question.
There's a variety of things that we can do. I guess the couple of things. One, there are frozen assets. I think it's for the principles of the deal to speak to the details of the money. To be clear, there's no Canadian money going in that. What you need in any of these accords is you need people to help implement them, third parties to help implement them, moderators, overseeing. If you have money that's linked to, which is the case with this deal, which has conditions and linked to the fulfillment of those conditions and being managed, sometimes you have third countries do that. Canada is, of course, willing to help if that's appropriate.
You're giving the president, he likes it a lot. Who was the president? What was the shot goal?
Then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.